up, gentlemen? So last weekend I got a call from the staff at Salon Post that said, hey, there's a 16-year-old kid that's coming in to get his haircut from Tennessee. His dad is driving him up from Tennessee just to get his haircut. Would it be possible for you to come in and say hi? And I'm like, dude, of course. So I go to the salon, I sneak up the stairs, and I'm like, Jackson, and he's like, Alpha, and this is Jackson. And it was the cutest thing because he was all like nervous, and I'm asking him questions. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. And it was just amazing. Anyway, before I left, I saw Jackson's dad. I'm like, I'm gonna go say hi to him and just say thank you. You know, this is a big deal for me, and I know that it was a big deal for Jackson. So I go up to his dad, and I shake his hand, and he's like, thank you so much for coming and saying hi to him. It means a lot to him. His dad said, it's kind of awkward meeting you if I'm being honest. I'm like, well, why? And he's like, well, even though I'm his father, I feel like my son looks up to you and respects you a little bit more. And this really got me, right? I get choked up thinking about it now. It just chokes me up. It chokes me up how amazing you are. It chokes me up how beautiful this situation is that I get to come on and talk to you and share some of the things that I wish I knew at your age. Today, guys, I'm going to share with you a few life lessons that I wish my dad taught me. Think of these as life rules to live by, starting with number one. No matter what somebody's social status, no matter what they do for a living, they deserve your respect. Something that I always think about is that I truly feel that we are all one or two bad decisions away from being broke, homeless, or in jail. Think about that for a second. You and me, both of us, are a few bad decisions away from being broke, homeless, or incarcerated. You just need to understand that not everybody had the same opportunity as you. Not to say that they can't do it or they can't make it, but it doesn't mean that you get to treat them poorly or look down on them because maybe you don't agree with their lifestyle, they're not in a financially strong position, or they made some bad decisions. You need to always respect people regardless of who they are or where they are currently. Second, life rule that daddy didn't teach you is go for women that are out of your league because it may surprise you what you get. Gentlemen, you gotta stop going after basic boring Brenda, right? Not that she's not nice and everything and she's got good birthing hips, but you really have been eyeballing that super spicy sex kitten Janice, right? What do you have to lose? Go for it, gentlemen, because the truth is the fact that you're an Alpha M subscriber exponentially turns you from a 7.5 to an 11.5. Which brings us to the third life rule that daddy didn't teach you is big rewards come to those that took big risks. The bigger the reward, oftentimes the bigger the risk, honestly. And this is true in everything, whether or not it's finance, whether or not it's career, whether or not it's spicy ass sex kitten Janice that you've been like, yeah, mom, I want a piece of that. Just imagine what happens when she's like, yeah, let's do this. You're like, what? Let's do this. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Which brings us to the fourth life rule daddy didn't teach you. If you are the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. It's about surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you, better than you, and that are more successful than you. This is the way that you are ultimately going to achieve more. The next life rule daddy didn't teach you is that luck favors the prepared. Meaning, if you expect to get lucky, you better do your homework and know your shit. It's not luck, it's that you're prepared. You know, this goes for literally every aspect of your life, whether or not it's your job, it's your relationship, it's your profession, it's finances, it's investing, or even sports. Speaking of sports, hang on a sec. Can you say world transport? Come on, that was an incredible series. Atlanta, woo, man, let me tell you something. If you had money on that game, anyway, speaking of money, guys, have you heard about that new thing DraftKings is doing? DraftKings is today's video sponsor, and they recently have launched something called the DraftKings Marketplace, where it allows new and existing users the ability to buy and sell exclusive NFTs. It's a place for those of you who are interested in NFTs to buy sports-related non-fungible tokens, which basically means it can't be duplicated. So if you're into sports and NFTs, this is big news because DraftKings actually partnered with Autograph. Autograph then partnered with some of the biggest athletes in the world: Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Derek Jeter, Tony Hawk, and one of my all-time favorite athletes is actually Usain Bolt. The way that it works, set up a DraftKings account. They're free, right? I'm going to link to it down below. When you do, make sure to use the promo code ALPHAM to let them know that your boy Alpha actually sent you. Now, when you actually create your account, then go to the DraftKings Marketplace page. And then head to the drops page to see the active and scheduled drops. Basically, the way that it works is that when they have some of these NFTs, they're going to schedule a drop, right? It's at a specific date and time, and then you can actually get on the list. You'll be added to a waiting room where everybody will be given a random order in the queue at the time of the drop. But the cool thing, you don't have to wait for a drop. You can actually log in right now and go and browse, right? And see some of the other like NFTs that are out there. And I was amazed at like some of these, like the Tiger Woods has one that's like super crazy expensive, but there are other ones that are like super affordable, but they're all like super cool if you're into sports. Their new NFT drops on a weekly basis, and you can rest assured that like every NFT that you buy is definitely unique because all the NFTs are serialized edition. And the thing that makes me feel better is that it's DraftKings, right? They've been around forever. It's not some like mom and pop, you know, or influencer selling you like some like NFT. It's DraftKings, right? They also have 24-hour customer support that can answer any of your questions. Guys, set up a DraftKings account today and go check out the marketplace. Hit the link down below. Make sure to use that code ALPHAM to let DraftKings know, yo, daddy, Alpha's the one that sent me. Should I take this off or leave it on? Or do I look like a douche? I look like a douche. How's my hair? It's whack. Gentlemen, speaking of douche, the next life rule that daddy didn't teach you, or maybe he did, he should have, but possibly not, is that when you meet somebody, you better stand to shake their hand. 1, 2, 3, and release, all right? Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't be that guy. Also, if you want to take it next level in terms of engagement, when you go in, hand on top, little shake, right? This extra little action is actually sending the subliminal message to the person you're actually talking to that you are engaged, that you are really enjoying meeting them. It also kind of makes them feel a little bit special. The next life lesson that is so incredibly important and is going to save a lot of heartache and pain and relationship issues, and that is do not ever lend your friends or family money. If they need it and you can afford to, give it to them. Nothing will ruin a friendship or a relationship faster than when there's money involved, right? And lending in and expecting to get paid back, which never ends up happening, which only causes the person to avoid you or you to get pissed off because then you're gonna see them buying stuff that they shouldn't be buying, right? And the reason I know this is because it's happened to me. Guys, if you have somebody in your life that needs money and you can afford to give them some, you know, give it to them. If they pay you back, great. They won't, but great. The next life rule that you need to learn that daddy didn't teach you is that just because somebody is family doesn't mean that you need to love them or respect them. In the perfect scenario world, of course, right? Everybody has an amazing family and everybody's just so supportive and great and it's amazing, right? What I've come to realize is that's absolutely not the case. If you have somebody in your life or a family member that's a piece of shit, you do not owe it to them to love them. You do not owe it to them to respect them. Just because somebody's a family member doesn't mean that they get the right to be a horrible person. They also don't automatically own or get your respect. Now, should you try to love your family? Of course. But should they try to be decent humans? Yes. Next life rule that really doesn't need much explanation is don't change to make anybody happy unless that somebody is you. You don't need to change who you are to make somebody else happy. It's a recipe for disaster. You are amazing. Now, I'm not saying you're not weird. I'm not saying you shouldn't put your dishes away or stop peeing on the toilet seat. But when it comes to you fundamentally changing who you are, never do it unless you want to do it for you. Which brings me to another life rule daddy didn't teach you is never hit anybody unless you're in physical danger. And the reason is pretty simple. Nobody wins in a fight, right? I know that sometimes it gets super like, and you're like, I'm gonna beat your ass and you don't want to back down. But once again, if you are the person getting super emotional, you lose. If you're getting into fist fights at 40 years old, you better analyze your life. If you're finding yourself getting into altercations or situations where fighting is an option, you need to take a look at what your situations are. You've got to reanalyze your friends and what's going on with your life. Because the truth is, if you don't put yourself in those situations, and those situations typically involve alcohol and girls and dudes that have bad tempers, if you're not in those situations, you're not going to have a problem. Gentlemen, if somebody approaches you or gets all pissed off and wants to fight, think about it first, all right? Nothing good is solved by fighting. The other downside is that everybody's got a gun and a knife these days. Your ass could be dead. Speaking of killing it, the last life rule that daddy probably didn't teach you, but this daddy is going to, is that every man looks sexy in a well-tailored suit. Whenever I slip on a well-tailored suit, gentlemen, I feel like the man. I feel like I'm slipping on a coat of confidence. confidence, right? It's amazing. Not only do you stand taller, you look more confident, you're more friendly, you look sexy as hell, you're gonna have more opportunities because when your suit fits you flawlessly, you feel sexy as fuck. Your dad never did because his suits fit him like shit.